Breaking news is coming out of Washington that could change the lives of millions. The Trump administration has officially approved an extra round of payments set to go out this November for those receiving SSI, SSDI, and low-income seniors. This new payment is designed to provide critical financial relief to those who have been struggling the most with rising living costs, especially as inflation continues to impact day-to-day expenses like groceries, rent, and healthcare. For anyone receiving supplemental security income, Social Security disability insurance, or other federal assistance programs for seniors, this update is significant. It promises additional support before the holiday season, a time when many already face increased expenses. This payment is not a replacement for your regular monthly benefits, but an additional one-time boost to help offset the financial pressures caused by inflation and economic uncertainty. The decision to issue these payments in November was made after recent inflation and cost of living data showed many seniors and disabled Americans are barely able to keep up with essential costs. The administration wants to make sure these vulnerable groups get the support they need before the end of the year. The payment will automatically be sent to those currently enrolled in SSI and SSDI programs, as well as low-income seniors receiving related federal benefits. Veterans receiving certain VA benefits may also be eligible, although the specifics are still being finalized. There is no need to apply separately for this payment. If you are already receiving benefits through Social Security or SSI, your eligibility will be determined automatically based on existing records. Estimates suggest the one-time payment could be as high as $2,500 for some recipients, though most people may expect an amount ranging between $1,200 and $1,800. The exact figure will depend on your benefit type and income level. Some states may add their own adjustments or supplements, which could increase the total amount received in certain areas. The Treasury Department plans to begin issuing these extra November payments as early as mid-November. Most eligible recipients can expect to receive their funds between November 11th and November 25. Those who have their benefits set up through direct deposit will likely receive their payments first, since the money can be transferred electronically and faster. For people who don't have direct deposit or whose banking details are not updated, the government will mail physical checks. These mailed payments will take longer to arrive due to postal delivery times, so it's important to keep an eye on your mailbox during this period. To stay informed about your payment status, you can log into your My Social Security account online. This secure portal lets you check payment schedules, update your personal information, and get official notices about your benefits. If you haven't already created an account, it's a good idea to do so now to make sure you don't miss any important updates. You can also contact your local Social Security office by phone if you have questions or need assistance. Keeping your contact and banking information up to date is essential to avoid delays and ensure your payment arrives smoothly. It's important to note that having direct deposits set up not only speeds up the payment process but also reduces the risk of lost or stolen checks. Many beneficiaries who still receive mailed checks are encouraged to switch to direct deposit if possible, as it is the safest and most efficient way to receive government benefits. Setting up direct deposit is usually a simple process that can be done online through the Social Security Administration's website or by contacting your local office. By doing this ahead of time, you can ensure that your extra November payment arrives promptly without any unnecessary delays or complications. Keeping your personal information current with Social Security also helps prevent issues such as payments being sent to an old address or to the wrong bank account. In short, starting mid-November, payments will roll out over a couple of weeks, with direct deposit recipients receiving money first and mailed checks arriving later. Staying connected to official sources will help you track your payment and avoid any surprises. Reports from inside sources indicate that former President Donald Trump and his economic team actively supported this move as part of a broader seniors relief strategy. This initiative aims to demonstrate strong federal support for seniors and disabled Americans who have been particularly hard hit by rising costs and economic challenges. This extra payment is expected to help restore confidence among millions of Americans who rely on fixed incomes and who have faced increasingly tight budgets over recent years. Economists and policy experts have praised the decision as a crucial step toward easing financial hardship for the most vulnerable households. Nonprofit organizations also welcome this move, emphasizing that even a few $100s can make a big difference for those struggling to afford medicine, food, or housing. Many have asked whether this new payment will affect their regular benefits. The answer is no. This is a separate one-time payment and will not reduce or alter your monthly Social Security or SSI checks. There is no need to fill out any additional forms unless you have recently changed your banking information or payment method. In such cases, updating your details with the Social Security Administration as soon as possible is recommended to avoid delays. Experts in taxation and federal benefits have reviewed the details of this new payment, and the consensus is very reassuring for beneficiaries. This extra November payment will most likely be tax-exempt. This means that unlike regular income, recipients will not have to include this money in their taxable income for the year, and therefore, they will not owe any federal or state income taxes on this particular amount. This treatment is consistent with how previous federal relief payments were handled during past economic stimulus efforts, such as the pandemic stimulus checks and other COVID-19 relief funds. Those payments were intentionally designed to provide direct financial support without imposing additional tax burdens, so that recipients could fully benefit from the funds without worrying about a future tax bill. Tax-exempt status ensures that the money serves its intended purpose, to ease financial hardship rather than complicate it. However, while this good news brings relief to many, it also unfortunately creates opportunities for scammers and fraudsters who try to take advantage of vulnerable individuals during such announcements. Scammers often ramp up their efforts during times when large government payments are being distributed. They might pretend to be Social Security officials, IRS agents, or representatives from other government agencies, contacting people by phone calls, emails, text messages, or even social media. These fraudsters typically use scare tactics, false promises, or requests for sensitive personal information like Social Security numbers, bank account details, or payment to release funds. It is important to understand that the Social Security Administration, SSA, and the Treasury Department will never contact beneficiaries directly to ask for personal information or payment in exchange for receiving their benefits. All legitimate communications from SSA will come through official letters or if you receive any suspicious communications claiming to be from the government regarding this payment, do not respond, and certainly do not provide any personal or financial information. Instead, report such incidents immediately to the SSA's fraud hotline or through official government websites. Always verify any information about payments or eligibility by visiting trusted sources such as SSA, Gov, or Treasury. Gov. Being vigilant and informed is the best defense against falling victim to these scams. Make sure your family members, especially seniors, who might be less familiar with digital security, are aware of these risks. The government's goal is to deliver these payments safely and securely, and by following official channels and staying cautious, you can protect yourself and your benefits. This announcement marks an important opportunity for millions of Americans to gain much-needed financial support heading into the holiday season. For many seniors and disabled individuals, this extra payment could relieve significant stress and help cover essential expenses. Make sure to share this important update with family and friends who might benefit from it. This story is still developing, and more details could be announced in the coming days, so stay tuned for further updates.